Temple B'nai Sholom, located in the historic Twickenham District of downtown Huntsville, is the oldest synagogue in Alabama in continuous use. Records show a Jewish presence in the Huntsville and Madison County area as early as the 1840s, with Jewish marriages at least as early as 1849. Jewish Huntsvillians worked primarily as merchants and cotton brokers, and acquired important real estate in the surrounding areas. In the antebellum period, some owned slaves, and on average supported the Confederacy during the Civil War. After the Civil War, Madison County experienced a population increase. The influx of Jewish citizens led to the formation of a congregation in the 1870s. On July 30th, 1876, 32 families joined together to form Temple B'nai Sholom, the Sons of Peace. In June 1877, the families applied for membership in the Union of American Hebrew Congregations, maintaining the membership according to available finances. Membership set up committees to guide finances, the school, and the choir. At that early time, the religious functions of Hazan and Shamas were performed by members of the congregation. The title of Hazan was later changed to Rabbi, who performed all duties of Hazan in addition to conducting regular and special services, performing funerals, leading the school, and teaching students. Another member trained the choir and instructed in liturgy. These were the first in a long history of volunteerism within the congregation, and eventually led to such organizations as a local chapter of B'nai B'rith and the Hebrew Ladies' Aid Society, to name a few. In the congregation's early history, it is speculated that divine services were held at the Opera House, and the High Holy Days of 1876 were conducted at the Masonic Lodge. It was also during this time that a Jewish section of the cemetery was established and funeral services were offered. After the death of a faithful lay leader in 1890, the congregation determined to seek a full-time rabbi, and on November 23, 1892, Rabbi A. M. Block became the first ordained religious leader of the congregation. His services soon ended, however, and he was replaced by I. E. Wagenheim, who served from 1894 to 1897. Wagenheim was the first of several rabbis who remained for a short time before removing to larger congregations. By May 1913, the congregation would decide to use lay readers instead of a full-time rabbi, though they would assume a rabbi's expenses in the event of a death. Shortly after Rabbi Wagenheim's departure, on May 10, 1898, the congregation purchased land at the corner of Lincoln and Clinton Streets for $1,500. A building committee, led by Isaac Schiffman, contracted prominent Chattanooga architect R. H. Hunt to design the temple, and the New Yorker William Myers to construct it. The finished building was dedicated on November 26, 1899, under Rabbi Nathan Mishnick. The first half of the 20th century saw the congregation through wars and the Depression, leading to many ups and downs. By mid-century, there came another population boom with the addition of many scientists, engineers, and other professionals attracted to the city because of Redstone Arsenal. The increase of membership to Temple B'nai Sholom allowed for the expansion of services within the congregation. Rooms were added to the religious school. The neighboring building, the Carlisle Davis House, was purchased for use. The congregation began utilizing student rabbis for High Holy Day services, and eventually biweekly services, from 1948 to 1963. And in 1963, the first full-time rabbi since 1913, Sherman Stein, began his leadership. The congregation purchased a house for him. Rabbi Stein's leadership restarted the tradition of a full-time rabbi for the congregation. By the 1960s, The congregation had grown so large that High Holy Day services were held in the Post Chapel on Redstone Arsenal, and later in the larger Bicentennial Chapel on the Arsenal. Out of necessity, the temple facilities were enlarged. The Davis home was demolished, and in 1967, in its place, a new educational building was constructed. The sanctuary was renovated in 1975, 1993, and 1994. In 1997, B'nai Sholom became the permanent home for a Holocaust Torah. Dr. Louis Weiner spearheaded the acquisition of the Torah and dedicated it in the memory of his daughter Julie Ann, who died in 1971 at age 11. It is on permanent loan from the Memorial Scrolls Trust in London, England. The Torah came from an unknown town in the Czech Republic. In 2017, the Huntsville Jewish Heritage Center at Temple B'nai Sholom was opened to the public. The center is unique to the city's houses of worship as the only religious museum and history center. It explains the religion and traditions of Judaism, provides a history of Huntsville's Jewish population, and shares the many contributions of the Jewish community to Huntsville's civic and cultural life.